Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm here to do my... Thank you, Twitter. Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm here to do my... Everything is against me today. I'm here to do my book wrap-up for the last 2 months. I've been having a really bad reading month, and at the same time I'm loving what I'm reading. So I will talk to you about some books I've read so far, and I will tell you about the books I am reading now. Let's start with the first book I've read this year, and that was The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. This is a YA contemporary book that focuses on two main characters, and this girl and this boy, they meet in the elevator and the power goes off in the entire New York City, so they are stuck in the elevator, and then they talk and they get to know each other a little bit, and then they go all over the North Hemisphere, let's be correct. And it's a really cute contemporary story. I really like the aspect of living abroad and that whole discussion about how it is to be an expat. That was nice, it was interesting. The only problem I really have with it is that they only meet twice in the book, so it kind of felt weird to ship them, even though they are the main couple and you kind of know that straight away. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a really cute YA contemporary, and for what it's worth, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars because it's a YA contemporary, and if it makes your heart feel warm and it teaches you some kind of moral lesson or life lesson along the way, it's good for me. I have a microphone today, so I'm sorry about that. I thought it was in control, but apparently it isn't. After that, I read 2 YA paranormal books, and yeah, shame on me, because I saw them at this discount price on Kindle, so I bought them. And I actually read 2 of them back to back, and then I told myself, you can't do this anymore, just move on. And I did, and it worked out, because now I'm not obsessed with the story. And one day, maybe during the summer, I will read the rest of the collection just to help me get my reading goal achieved, maybe. The book I'm talking about is CDN by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and obviously the sequel, which is Onyx. I read these 2. I gave the first one 4 out of 5 stars because it was really enjoyable and it was different from reading Twilight, which is the book that this book is always compared to, because the main protagonist is actually enjoyable to read about. Basically, this girl is much more her own person. Now, first she's a book blogger, which is really cool, and then she knows what she wants, and she defends herself, and she's enjoyable to watch. She's a strong character, which is miles away from Bella. And then the main characters is just as any other male character in a paranormal romance, but at the same time, because she's so enjoyable to read, he kind of gets enjoyable to read as well. And his sister, which is the first other character that you get to know in the book, is really, really sweet and really nice to get to know her. That being said, it's a paranormal romance, YA, so expect what you will expect from that. The second one, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars because I thought the romance was a bit stretched out. Everybody already knew they were gonna be together, and they just stretch it out until the infinity, and I just couldn't anymore. That being said, yeah, that was what I've read so far in the year by my own wishes, and that's sad because I have a lot of books. The other book I've read this year, and I've only read 4 books until now, is for classes. It's for my Victorian literature class, and that is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. Look at this cover, it's beautiful. The only problem I have with this edition is that first it doesn't have the smooth matte, the super matte finish, which is a shame because I love this edition because of it as well. And then it doesn't have the picture of the author, and it lacks notes, which is really important for me because the teacher said we would really need the notes in the books. My dog is getting comfortable on top of my bed. Sorry about the noise if you hear it. So I don't read horror, I don't read terror, I don't read suspense, I don't read thriller, I don't watch those movies as well. I am really not a suspense thriller girl, so I'm not really into that genre, neither in movies nor in books. And then I have to read an entire genre for my class, because my class is all about late Victorian period literature, which is basically terror. My dad was making fun of me for this, and I'll tell you about it in my video about my mandatory reading. But I read this one because we are already analyzing it in class and already finishing, oh god. And it was really enjoyable. I don't know if it's because it's so short, or because the description is so vivid, or because the language is so beautiful. I love the Victorian writing, you know, that realistic kind of writing that we also see in some realistic authors outside UK. So our authors in the realism spectrum really wrote beautifully, and they just found the most beautiful words to say what they wanted to say. And also I really liked a lot of the aspects of the story. The character, the main character, which is not Dr. Jekyll nor Mr. Hyde, was really interesting to read from his perspective. We just had a presentation about this and we were all kind of going nuts about this book right now, but it was really interesting to read. I really liked this friendship between all these male characters, and the only thing that annoys me, and I'm sure it will keep annoying me while I read the other books for my class, is the lack of good female characters. They are always awful, simply described, and always kind of the sort of bad, and with such it makes me angry. Except the child, but the child is a child, it's not a woman. So yeah, we just discussed it in class, so I'm kind of into it. And that was what I've read so far. It's a very small amount, isn't it? Yeah. What I am currently reading is a book that I've already talked to you about, because I tried to read it in Portuguese because I had that edition. And then I discovered that I couldn't stand it. Tried to read it in Portuguese because that's the edition I had, and it was translated. And it was very badly translated. It was so simplistic, and it just lacked the beautifulness of this author's writing. So I had to change it, and then I saw this book on Fnac, which is our bookstore here. So I got it, and now I'm loving it, and I'm almost more than halfway through it, so I'm really proud. And it's Emma by Jane Austen. So if you know me, you know I love Jane Austen. And this Penguin English Library edition, just like the one I just shown you, of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, lacks the smooth finish, which is a shame, but still it's really beautiful. This cover is really beautiful, even though it's really bright and then you can see it very well. I'm loving the story, the sarcasm, the quotes. There's quotes everywhere, and the characters are so funny and real. Emma is so real, is such a complex, true character, and I understand why Jane Austen thought that this was like her baby and people wouldn't understand her and wouldn't support Emma and wouldn't like her. But that's the thing. Some and a lot of true or realistic characters are not lovable, or are not extremely lovable, because everyone has good and bad in them, and Emma is so prejudiced. I mean, I haven't even finished the book. I've already watched some adaptations, so I know the story, which doesn't take away any of the enjoyment of reading the book, by the way. Emma is so prejudiced. I mean, Pride and Prejudice has that title, but Emma is the real queen of prejudice. Guys, this girl, she's so weird, and at the same time, she's so funny to read about. I love Mr. Knightley. I already like him, but he's so on point. He's always like, I'm gonna tell you what you don't want to hear, and I'm gonna tell you right now in front of everybody, because deal with it. And oh god, the jealous. I can feel him jealous of Mr. Churchill from here. And it's so cute. So cute. Yeah, that being said, one of the characters that I really don't understand is her father, Mr. Woodhouse, because he's just, oh, don't eat, don't do anything that will disturb you. It's really annoying. But at the same time, he's kind of a caricature of a character. I understand that, just as Miss Bates is. God, Miss Bates. If you've watched any adaptation, you know Miss Bates does not shut up. Well, I've already read pages of dialogue of hers. It's so funny, it's hilarious, and it's so annoying at the same time. Yeah, so I'm loving Emma, and I can't wait to finish it. And I have to finish it this weekend because I have to start reading another book for my classes, and I really have to power through them now, because the book that I have to read for class next is this one, which you may not know about. It's She by H. Rider Haggard. I've heard nothing of it. There's no translation edition. You cannot find it in Portugal at all. I've never heard anyone, and there's a lot of people on BookTube, there are English majors, and I've never heard them talk about this book. And now all of a sudden, all of my teachers talk about this book, and it's annoying, but I have to read it. So yeah, that being said, that is all for me today, guys. All my media stuff is down below. If you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up or subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I will see you soon with another video. Goodbye!